Support mission in Libya introduced a copy of the agreement, adding that the mission previously handed over the delegation of the outgoing General National Congress, GNC, a copy of the political agreement. Parliament's Emergency Committee holds a meeting attended by 40 deputies to discuss the political dialogue file in the presence of two dialogue committee members, Saleh Himma and Abu Bakr Baira, to announce the Parliament's final position. For his part, spokesman for the Parliament, Faraj Bouhashim, stressed that the Parliament formally gave permission of the dialogue delegation to return back to the talks and agreed to form another committee to meet with the UN envoy Bernardino Leon in Morocco. He also added that members do not intend to extend the mandate of the Parliament after October 20. For his part, Baira noted that members of the dialogue committee head on to New York, where meetings of the UN General Assembly will be held. Member of the Parliament's Information Office, Abdul Monaim El-Jiri, stressed that the next round of the dialogue will be launched next Thursday in New York. El-Jiri added that all invited parties will attend the next round, in which UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon participate. He further says that the last dialogue draft will be signed and the formation of national unity government and the candidates for Prime Minister position will be announced during this round of talks. The General Command of the Arab Libyan Armed Forces said that Air Force aircraft and heavy artillery forces targeted terrorist groups near Al-Manara in Benghazi. The General Command noted that the operation resulted in several deaths among terrorist groups, as well as the destruction of a number of military vehicles used by these groups. The armed forces succeeded to kill 7 elements of terrorist groups and kidnap 9 other people from the group, including 3 foreigners, following a ground invasion accompanied by air cover and artillery in Sapri district in the center of the city. Arab Libyan Armed Forces took control of headquarters of the Marine Studies Academy and headquarters of Marine Secondary School, or what is known as Camp of Sidi Bilal, west of Tripoli. A military source said that the 2 positions were controlled by terrorist Libyan militia and they used them as a prison for torture. The militias also used maritime port of the camp for human beings trafficking and illegal immigration, which was one of the sources for financing their terrorist operations. The army forces control over these areas are considered as a major victory for their vital and strategic importance, as it overlooks the sea from the north and located on the coastal road between the capital and other cities of the west region of the south. And still in Libya, especially Derna, media sources confirmed that battles in Derna are still going on between the youth of the city and terrorist Daesh group. The sources noted that 7 elements of terrorist Daesh group were killed, addition to the arrest of a terrorist element in Tariq al-Bahr district in Al-400 neighborhood. The sources also pointed out that the city youth succeeded in destroying the sniper's place overlooking Al-Amal school, while some of the group's terrorist elements tried to achieve progress in Al-400 district. Now we transfer to the Arab arena. Now from Baghdad, 16 Turkish workers abducted 4 weeks ago by armed militants in Iraq were released today and taken to the Turkish embassy in Baghdad. The men arrived to the embassy on a convoy of vehicles protected by armed guards outside the building. The men were snatched on September 2 from a stadium they were building on the outskirts of Baghdad, apparently by an armed group that used a familiar Shiite Muslim slogan and threatened to attack Turkish interests in Iraq if its demands were not met. The released workers are expected to return to Turkey today or Thursday after debriefing. Afghan lawmakers called on President Ashraf Ghani to resign today over his government's shameful handling of battle for Kunduz, the northern city which has fallen to Taliban insurgents in their biggest victory so far in 14 years of war. The militants seized control of Kunduz after an audacious assault on the city on Monday, and the promised counter-offensive from Afghan forces had yet to materialize. Instead, thousands of exhausted Afghan police and soldiers are holed up at the city's airport waiting for reinforcement from other parts of the country. Kunduz was the largest city to fall when the Taliban fell in 2001 and in the biggest blow to Ghani since he came to power a year ago. My audience, that is the wrap-up of our top stories for today. For much more, you can check our website at www.watankarama.tv. Thanks very much for being with us. My greeting, Rania Al-Bilidi.